After seeing the teams take the field for practice, how do you think they will look heading into the first weekend of competition?
Well, really excited about the 2015 season here, Ben. Team's been working hard. I think we've had a great mentality so far this preseason and early season stuff. Feel really good about where we are and what we're doing right now. Excited to take the field.
Are there any major differences between this year's team compared to last year's?
Yeah, I think anytime you graduate, some of the players that we graduated from last year's senior class, you're going to have some differences. We just so happen to graduate a 3-time All-American, Matt Delmonico, who's playing in the NLL right now, and 4-year starter Matt was, and another 4-year starter at Tack Dylan LaFave. So we graduate some guys there that they'll make our team look a little different not being around. I think though that our program is mature enough and we're our core values are in place, our systems are in place. So every team's going to look a little different from year to year. I think for us, we're going to have some tweaks, X's and O's wise, but we're going to play the same style of lacrosse that we've been known for going on 10 years now. We're going to be tough. We're going to be hard nosed. We're going to be very competitive in all situations, and we're going to be a really competitive program.
What would you say your strengths are this season, and which areas would you identify as areas of improvement?
Yeah, I think we talked just a moment ago about some of the graduations we had, and I think a little bit of youth on the attack area for our team, but I think maybe people might be overlooking a lot of the guys that we have returning. We're very strong down the middle. We return our starting goalkeeper, we return 3 starting defensemen, return our starting long stick midi, starting face-off guy. Our first line midfield is returning pretty much intact, and also return Mark Pichet, who was the conference's 4th leading scorer last year at attack. So I think people might be overlooking some of those guys that we are returning and focusing a little on some of the guys that they graduate and move on. So I think our experience is going to be something we'll be able to really rely on early on, particularly down the middle of the field. That the first midfield group will be a really good rock for us to lean on, and the defensive unit will be a really good rock for us to lean on as some of our younger players and some of our guys mature throughout the course of the season at the attack spot.
Are there any first-year players that the fans should watch out for?
Yeah, I think as a whole we've all been really impressed with our freshman class this year. I think each and every one of those guys has the opportunity to contribute to our program very early in their careers. A few guys that have really been a little bit more consistent than some of the other guys have been attackman Garrett Howell, midfielder Shane Pecky will be in the mix. Long stick midi Jonah Gutentag has done a really nice job for us, and I think those are probably the 3 guys in terms of new guys that'll really have really been more consistent earlier on here in their careers. But I think as a whole we really like our freshman class, and we'll expect some big contributions from that class as we move forward this season and certainly into the future.
4 of the 8 teams in the league will qualify for the postseason tournament. What will your team need to do in order to be one of the Final 4?
This is always a really easy question. It's win the games. Win the games we're going to play, win the games that we're supposed to. I think the ECAC provides us with a really good conference schedule, competitive games, and I think certainly out of conference we have some good competitive games there too. So we've got to take care of business. We've got to win the games that we're supposed to win.
Which game are you most looking forward to on the schedule this season?
That's another really easy question. For us, we take a one game at a time mentality. It doesn't really matter who we're playing or when we're playing them. It's somebody that's an opponent. And for us, the first opponent of the year is this coming Saturday against Ohio Valley, at Ohio Valley. So starting the year on the road against a conference team, always a fun time for us.
Any other thoughts on the team or the ECAC conference as a whole will fare for the 2015 season?
I'm really excited to see the conference continue to mature. I think that in very short order, the ECAC conference has proven to be one of the more difficult conferences in Division II. I think that our competitive top end is very, very competitive. I think we've got 5 teams that are as good as any 5 teams in any conference in Division II. Really excited to see the young teams continue to mature, continue to take steps forward, and I'm really looking forward to see the ECAC as a conference continue to assert itself as one of the more competitive Division II conferences.
Great. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.